and welcome to the Vine. This is Lady Regenia Crane,
And I'm Dr. Stark.
and we are excited to come to you for our first segment on summer learning tips and strategies for parents and learners. Now, today we're going to address reading. How can we help our scholars to read better, to their fluency, their comprehension? So, we just want to give a few tips on reading strategies that you can use every day just in your household. You don't have to buy anything, you have to do anything. They're very simple. So, we're going to start off. Dr. Star, what do we have?
Things that they can do, you can have a set time at your home where you can get a little corner or sit at the kitchen table, put a timer on, and they can read for about 10 minutes. You and your child.
You mean just 10 minutes?
Just 10 minutes.
10 minutes every day.
Every day.
10 minutes.
Okay. It makes a difference. And you can ask questions. Okay, what did you read about?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was interesting. Well, tell me what, and you just give them just random, like little questions. And then what scholars really need help on is all right to read, but you need to be able to comprehend what you just read.
Yes.
Just like you just didn't make it up. You can ask them questions. Like everybody has read the story of the three little pigs. Well, we know what happens to the wolf at the end of the story and the three little pigs. Well, mom or dad or aunt, uncle, whoever, you can ask, okay, well, what happened in the story? They can tell you. Oh, well, where did you find that in the story? Then they have to go in what we call text evidence to prove that in the story at the end that the wolf did die. It's just something they didn't make up. That doesn't cost anything. Everybody knows the story. You're asking questions. They're going back and forth. But parents, you're gonna have read the story to make sure that they're not making
read the story, parents.
You have to read it first. And 10 minutes, no more than 10 minutes.
Yes. And another good thing is that's really free. And we're going to talk later on about free activities. It's the library. So you can go to the library and get free books. And so we want to encourage you, if your learner does not have a library card, that's a way to teach kind of responsibility where they keep up the library card, they learn how to check out books. But even at a young age, in the pre-K, kindergarten, they're learning those sight words.
Yes.
So a really cool thing they can do in sight words, you don't have to buy, those flashcards can be pretty expensive. You can simply take an index card and just put those sight words on there. Sight words like see and the and then and I and will. And they can carry them in a car and you can say, hey, pull those sight words out. See, those are very simple things that we can do. It sounds simple, but it will make a great impact. Would you agree?
Definitely. Even when you're in the car on a road trip and you see a stop sign. Oh, well, what is that? What does that say? Word does that spell?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, stop. Oh, well, what color is that? Oh, that's red. Well, what kind of shape is that on a stop sign? So you don't
just on a stop sign. You see how many skills you can learn? Wow, that is fabulous. And so when we are even with writing part,
yes,
those scholars that are writing, just learning how to write complete sentences using capital letter at the beginning and a period at the end. If we can just start there.
Yes. And also, parents, make sure that the writing is legible and that children have a basic understanding of writing. You should not be in first or second grade and you're still writing in all caps.
Yes.
So parents, that's something you can really help, is making sure that they know the difference between their uppercase and lowercase letters, that they're making them correct and that it's legible.
Yes. And so these are really easy strategies, parents, that you can do throughout the summer. Because again, remember, we're here just want to just share some tips with you so that students don't lose that momentum that they have in their academic skills. We want them to be prepared for the next grade level. Reading is fundamental. It is so important that our learners know how to read. Again, even as young, we are at a church. We're at church at the Vine. And so some people are saying, why is the church doing that? Because the church should be able to offer everything. including literacy, including reading. We had to learn how to read. We had to learn how to look up books of the Bible and find the verses. And I didn't realize all of that was literacy. And so, what an opportunity we have as a church ministry. And I want to just encourage you to, at your own church, to talk about literacy, to make it important, so that it's important not only because you're talking about the village coming together. The church is part of the village, right? Yes. And so we want them to know how to read.
Most definitely, because if it's not important to you, it won't be important to them. So parents, you're gonna have to do a little modeling, and that don't mean grandma, you're not off the hook. The whole family model, read. How are they gonna know that reading is fun if they never see you pick up a book?
Yes.
Or the Bible.
Yes. And another thing that they could do is that audio reading. So even if you have a book on audio,
yes,
they could follow along. Okay. And so it even teaches our pre-K and first grade learning how to turn pages, going from right to left, right? Turning the pages. Those are just things that we don't think about. And so that's why we wanted to come on and just do a few segments and come to you each week just to give you some tips and strategies on helping our summer learners not to learn and not lay dormant, that academic knowledge lay dormant, and then we have to try to catch up in August, yes, right? And so we don't need to be trying to get ready. We need to be ready. Yes. And so again, we thank you for just this few moments with you to be able to share some reading tips and strategies with you. And so on behalf of the Truevine Missionary Baptist Church, where literacy is important for our children, because remember in Psalms 127:3, children are a gift from the Lord. They are a reward from Him. And so when you have a gift, you want to treat it special. Yes. Our children are special. So we look forward to you joining us again next week, just for a few moments on learning summer strategies and tips for parents and learners. This is Lady Regenia Crane, and
I'm Dr. Sherry Starr,
and we'll see you next week.
Bye.